Kwai Nidolbak. Hello, my friends. I am so pleased, for at least four reasons, that my little novel, Res Dogs, has been chosen for a Boston Globe Hornbook honor. The first reason, of course, is that this particular honor is such a meaningful and respected one. So many wonderful and significant books have been chosen as honor books over the years, and there are many among them that I know the authors and the books well, and this truly delights me. The second reason is this honor is in the category of fiction and poetry. That's particularly appropriate since this is my first novel written entirely in verse. Res Dogs combines both genres to tell the story of Molly Ann, a determined Wabanaki girl, and the dog that adopts her and her grandparents. Poetry was my first love, where I was first published and first recognized as a writer, and telling stories such as the traditional ones folded into this narrative has been a central part of my personal and professional life over the past 6 decades. The third reason this story is particularly close to my heart is that it explores the connection between a young person and her grandparents. It's a relationship found more often these days in indigenous communities than in majority culture, sadly, where one's elders are often distant, seldom seen, even shunted off into facilities where they have little or no contact with grandchildren. As one raised by his grandparents, I can tell you how much it means to have that connection as a young person. I would not be who I am today without my maternal grandmother and grandfather, Marion and Jesse Bowman. The fourth reason is that my story takes place entirely within a Native community during the pandemic. It's no exaggeration to say that people in our reservations were more deeply affected by that pandemic than almost any other group in this country. The difficulties they faced, the loss of elders, and the uncertainty of that 2 years when COVID seemed to be out of control is something I was very aware of. In fact, I made it a point to support several of the different relief funds for Native communities. My story, though, is not a tragic one. Instead, it focuses on the lasting, inspiring strength of family, of story, and of the bond between dogs and people that's always been part of the Native American experience. Malsum, the dog at the heart of the story, exemplifies that. And throughout my life, I've been blessed by the companionship of dogs, and I've learned constantly from them lessons in courage, in faithfulness, in caring. I could not have written this book without them. And so the last thing I want to say is, Ulio ni alamosak ni donbak. Thank you, my dog friends. And thank you all for this honor and for listening to me. Ulio ni. Thank you. Ulipamkani. Travel well.